name is Chris Wakely, and I'm here to do my informative speech for you today. Here's my audience. Today my informative speech is on Spider-Man. Did you know that the top 100 comic book based films have grossed a staggering total of $14 billion at the box office? Today I will tell you a little of the history of one character in particular, the amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a great hero to me. He's actually my favorite because of his origin story, the sacrifices he makes to save other people, and his relatability compared to other superheroes out there. Spider-Man has one of the most well-known iconic origin stories of any superhero to date. Who hasn't heard the quote, "With great power comes great responsibility"? The quote was first heard in some of Voltaire's work according to archive.org. Many people remember this quote being said by Peter Parker's Uncle Ben, though. Peter Parker's Uncle Ben was shot and killed, making Spider-Man realize he needs to use his power for good and to help others. The origin story of being bitten by a radioactive spider, gaining its proportional strength, its spider senses, and the ability to climb and stick to walls is something children and old people alike can tell you about because we've all seen it in cartoons and movies. One of the biggest strengths of the Spider-Man stories is the sacrifices Peter Parker must make to be Spider-Man, as well as the tragedy that falls upon him while being Spider-Man and Peter Parker. The death of Peter Parker's first love, Gwen Stacy, is still today considered one of the most shocking comic book stories ever. Never before had a superhero failed on this scale unless it was part of his or her origin story and made him the way he was supposed to be. This showed avid readers and new readers alike the room for darkness and failure in a world of saving the day. The Sony picture that was just released this year, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, grossed a total of almost $203 million. This entire film is based off the Gwen Stacy storyline, and it shows you how important this story is still today. Finally, my favorite part of Spider-Man is the relatability compared to other superheroes. We all love superheroes like Superman, Batman, and the X-Men, but these heroes are larger than life in almost every way. Peter Parker, however, is a struggling teenager who is shy and doesn't fit in with his peers at Midtown High. Superman is an alien from Krypton, Batman is a billionaire, and the X-Men are mutants. Spider-Man, however, was a regular teenager with an affinity for science that was bitten by a spider and gained his superpowers. Throughout the Spider-Man universe, he struggles with loss, love, and making money at the Daily Bugle for his Aunt May and himself to live. These are all issues we can relate to in the real world today. Now you know why Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, and a little more insight into why comic book movies are the new summer blockbusters and gross so much money. These stories go back decades and are enjoyed by new fans and old fans alike. The Sony Spider-Man trilogies and films have grossed a total of almost $1.5 billion according to BoxOfficeMojo.com. These stories being translated to other mediums such as film, television, and video games will continue to thrive over the time. Thank you.